and welcome to In Depth. I'm Teena Jha. DMK patriarch M Karunanidhi passed away on the 7th of August at the age of 94. His passing marks the end of an era in Tamil Nadu politics, leaving behind an impressive legacy that very few political leaders boast of. A 5-time chief minister and the longest-serving legislator, winning 13 terms in the assembly and not losing even once, Karunanidhi was one of the most powerful leaders in politics. Even outside his glorious political life, Karunanidhi donned several hats. He was an author, scriptwriter, orator, and social activist. But the Tamils fondly knew him by just one name, Kalaignар, meaning artist, which probably encompassed all his other roles. Today's In Depth traces Kalaignar's 94-year-long journey, his rise from humble beginnings to becoming one of the most important figures in Tamil politics, the rich legacy that he has left behind, and who will take forward his Dravidian ideology. M Karunanidhi was laid to rest at the Marina Beach next to his mentor C.N. Annadurai. Karunanidhi, or Kalaignar as he was fondly known, breathed his last at a Chennai hospital Tuesday evening. His funeral procession from Rajaji Hall to Marina Beach saw thousands walk alongside him on his last journey. Political leaders cutting across party lines paid their respects to the late leader. The man who never rested is now resting. With these words on his casket, DMK patriarch M Karunanidhi was laid to rest at the Marina Beach in Chennai on the 8th of August. Thousands of supporters gathered on the streets of Chennai to pay their last respects to the mass leader, prolific thinker and accomplished writer.
அவர் இழப்பு தமிழகத்திற்கு உயிர் இழப்பு. அவரை பிரிந்து வாடும் அவரது குடும்பத்தினருக்கும் மாண்புமிகு எதிர்க்கட்சி தலைவர், திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகத்தினுடைய செயல் தலைவர், மரியாதைக்குரிய மாண்புமிகு ஸ்டாலின் அவர்களுக்கும் அவரை இழந்து வாடும் அவருடைய திராவிட முன்னேற்றக் கழகத்தினுடைய கட்சி தொண்டர்களுக்கும் எனது ஆழ்ந்த இரங்கலையும் வருத்தத்தையும் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றேன்.
Several leaders paid their last respects to the late leader, whose body was draped in the national tricolour and kept at Rajaji Hall for the public to pay their last respects. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid his last respects to the departed leader. The Prime Minister laid a wreath at Karunanidhi's feet before consoling the DMK chief's family members. He exchanged a few words with M. K. Stalin, the DMK's working president, and Karunanidhi's daughter, Kanimuri. Among others, Congress President Rahul Gandhi, Farooq Abdullah, Sharad Pawar and Praful Patel also paid tributes to Karunanidhi. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, Governor P. Sadashivam and Congress leader Ramesh Chennithala also paid respects to the beloved leader. Tamil superstars Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan also paid tribute. Both houses of parliament were adjourned on Wednesday after making obituary references to the late DMK stalwart. After remembering the leader, members of both houses stood in silence for a few moments.
Honorable members, I refer with profound sorrow to the passing away of Dr. Kalaignnar M. Karunanidhi, President of the DMK party and former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, on the 7th of August 2018 at the age of 94 years. He was popularly known as Kalaignnar. In the passing away of Dr. M. Karunanidhi, the country has lost an eminent literator, an able administrator, a dedicated social worker, and an outstanding statesman. We deeply mourn the passing away of Dr. M. Karunanidhi.
With profound sorrow, I have to inform the House about the sad demise of Dr. M. Karunanidhi, former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu who passed away on 7th August 2018 in Chennai, Tamil Nadu at the age of 94. His passing away is an irreparable loss to the country and marks end of an era.
The veteran of Dravidian politics was shifted to the hospital on the 28th of July from his Chennai residence following a dip in his blood pressure and was under treatment in the intensive care unit ever since. A 7-day mourning has been declared in the state while a national mourning of 1 day is being observed. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M Karunanidhi's death triggered a political row over the burial site between his party, the DMK, and the ruling AIADMK. While the DMK sought the famed sands of the marina to bury the Dravidian stalwart near his mentor Annadurai, the AIADMK denied the land to them, saying Karunanidhi was not a sitting Chief Minister. The issue was finally settled with the Madras High Court granting the marina site to Kalaignар, where he has finally been laid to rest. In his death, Karunanidhi has joined the doyens of Dravidian politics and has been laid to rest next to his political mentor and DMK founder CN Annadurai on the famed sands of the Marina Beach. While the choice of the burial site was easy for his family and party, it did not come without a fight. The burial site became a flashpoint just minutes after the Kalaignar's death when his son and the party's working president M.K. Stalin requested the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister for space inside the mausoleum complex of Annadurai at the marina.
Karunanidhi wrote a very emotional poem saying, Anna, now we are calling you, but we know that you are not going to come back. But give me your heart. I will keep your heart with me. And when I come and join you, I will submit it back to you. So that was the kind of thing that he used to say that he is my Anna, my elder brother, and I am his younger brother, I will follow him. And that is the reason why the DMK has always been saying that in Marina, next to Anna Samadhi, Karunanidhi should get a place.
The AIADMK government turned down the request, prompting the DMK to move the Madras High Court late at night. And the court finally granted the Kalaignar his final resting place near his mentor. Resuming the hearing on Wednesday morning after a late-night hearing on the matter, the High Court said, "There is no legal impediment for not allotting the place. Already allotted place in the marina for all Dravidian leaders, there is no need to take different stand in the present case." The court order was greeted with loud chants of "Long live Kalaignар." The court's order dealt a big blow to the AIADMK, which spared no effort to deny Karunanidhi his final resting place at the marina. The place where AIADMK founder and former Chief Minister M. G. Ramachandran and his protege and former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha were buried and have their memorials. The government claimed they died while in office, citing this as a ground for not bestowing the same privilege to Karunanidhi as he was not a serving Chief Minister, a contention that was rejected by the court. But why a burial and not a cremation for Karunanidhi, who was a Hindu? Like all big leaders of the Dravidian movement, Karunanidhi was a self-confessed atheist. The last rites of atheists are generally performed in accordance with their beliefs and practices adopted in the family and community. Karunanidhi got associated with Periyar, who was an atheist at the age of 14. He was mentored by another Dravidian leader and a follower of Periyar, C.N. Annadurai. Both Periyar and Annadurai were buried, not cremated. While Periyar was buried at a different place in Chennai, Annadurai was buried at Marina Beach. Other Tamil Nadu leaders like M. G. Ramachandran and J. Jayalalitha are also buried at the Marina Beach. MGR was buried next to Annadurai, while Jayalalitha lies buried next to MGR. Their memorials also serve as inspiration for their followers. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. In a public career spanning almost 7 decades, Karunanidhi donned several hats. In the 94 years that he was alive, he spent 80 years in public life, 70 years in the field of cinema, arts and literature, and 50 years as the chief of the Dravid Munnetra Kazhagam party. In this report, let's take a look at how Karunanidhi rose from humble beginnings to becoming a political stalwart. Muthuvel
Karunanidhi was born on June 3, 1924 at Tirukuvalai in erstwhile Thanjavur district of Tamil Nadu. He was born into a poor Isai Vellalar family, members of a temple-dependent caste that traditionally played the Nadaswaram. His father named him Dakshinamurthy and wanted him to propagate the family's musical tradition. It was the music lessons that gave Karunanidhi his first lessons in politics, as it reflected the caste intricacies of that era. He was not allowed to cover his upper body and his learning was restricted to a few songs. At the age of 14, Karunanidhi was inspired by a speech made by Alagiri Swami of the Justice Party, which prompted him to enter politics. Soon he became a student activist in Periyar's self-respect movement, which fought for the rights of the Dravidians against the domination of North Indians. It was the anti-Hindi agitation in the late 1930s that catapulted him into the thick of the Dravidian movement, elevating his profile in the state. He led campaigns fighting for the rights of Dravidians, and this brought him into political prominence in Tamil Nadu in the 1950s. The Kallukudi demonstration in 1953 became the turning point in Karunanidhi's political career. He led the anti-Hindi agitation in the city of Kallukudi when it was decided that the city's name would be changed to Dalmiapuram, as the Dalmia group wanted to set up a cement plant in the area. He blocked the movement of trains by lying on the railway tracks for many hours and was later arrested by the police. In 1957, Karunanidhi was first elected to the Tamil Nadu Assembly from the Kulithalai seat of Tiruchirappalli district. Since then, he never lost an election that he fought and was elected to the Tamil Nadu Assembly 13 times.
Even at the worst of times, when the party has been completely defeated in an assembly election, Karunanidhi has always managed to win, even if the margin was less or whatever. There is no question of Karunanidhi losing. That's not there in his history. He used to always say that even if the party loses completely, I will alone take the fight forward. So he was always ready to fight and ready to be in the opposition. He did not think that we will always be in the government. He accepted the reality that we will be in opposition also. And why he himself was always winning was because despite the pressures of going and campaigning all over the state, he would always go to his own constituency and speak to people in public meetings.
In 1961, he was appointed the DMK treasurer, and a year later he became the deputy leader of opposition in the state assembly. In 1967, when the DMK formed the government, he got a cabinet berth as the Minister for Public Works and Highways. In 1969, Karunanidhi was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu for the first time following the death of former CM Annadurai. Since then, he served as the Chief Minister of the state 5 times. Karunanidhi gained national prominence in 1975 when he opposed the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi for imposing emergency. His fierce opposition resulted in the central government dissolving the Tamil Nadu government in 1976. In the 1977 elections, the AIADMK led by M Ramachandran trounced the DMK and stayed in power for as long as MGR was alive. It was only after MGR's death in 1989 did the DMK stage a comeback, and Karunanidhi became the Chief Minister for a third time after a gap of 13 years. In 2001, Karunanidhi was dragged from his home at night and arrested by police officials for alleged corruption in the construction of 10 flyovers in and around Chennai. His arrest created massive political ripples in the state. Described as a masterful practitioner of modern-day politics, Karunanidhi played a significant role in giving shape to the United Progressive Alliance led by the Congress Party. Till date, the DMK is one of the main constituents of the alliance. The DMK was also a constituent of the BJP-led NDA and had ministers in the Atal Bihari Vajpayee cabinet.
As a very seasoned politician, Karunanidhi could convince you that you should form an alliance with him. Next day, he could convince me that DMK should not have an alliance with you. That was his capability. One day alliance with Congress, next election no alliance with Congress, maybe alliance with BJP, etc. That is how he managed. Like in the Vajpayee government, DMK was part of the coalition and they had ministers representing the DMK. Then when the government changed and the UPA came to power, again DMK was back in power. DMK was then partner of the UPA. That was the capability. He has opposed people and he has formed alliance with the same people whom he had opposed.
His passing away has created a huge vacuum in the socio-political landscape of Tamil Nadu.
Well, before beginning his career in politics, Karunanidhi ventured into Tamil cinema, where he remained active for 70 years. Tributes continue to pour in for Kalaignar from the world of cinema. Bollywood actor Amitabh Bachchan paid homage to Karunanidhi on Twitter and reminisced about the time when he received his first national award from him. Tamil star and politician Rajinikanth said that the death of Kalaignar will remain a black day in his life. A look at the other important aspect of Karunanidhi's life that ran parallelly with his political career, his role and contribution in Tamil cinema and arts.
The stalwart of Indian and Tamil Nadu politics, M Karunanidhi spent 80 years in public life. Out of these, 70 were also spent in the world of arts and cinema. Karunanidhi was also referred to as Kalaignar, which means the artist. In 1944, at the age of 20, Karunanidhi joined Jupiter Pictures as a screenwriter. Rajkumari was his first film as a screenwriter, released in 1947. Rajkumari starred his then best friend M. G. Ramachandran in the lead role. During those times, Ramachandran and Karunanidhi shared a great rapport before they parted ways 27 years later after a bitter political succession battle in 1972.
வாழ்க்கை பாதையிலே சர்வசாதாரணமாக தென்படக்கூடிய ஒரு ஜீவன்தான் நான். கோவிலிலே குழப்பம் விளைவித்தேன்.
But Karunanidhi gained recognition through Parasakti, where he infused his politics and his Dravidian ideology into the silver screen for the first time. Parasakti was released in 1952 after facing an initial ban due to its controversial take on Brahmanism.
நேரடியாக பாதிக்கப்பட்டேன். சுயநலம் என்பீர்கள்.
Over 70 years, Kalaignar worked in about 40 films, and 2011's Ponnar Shankar was his last film as a writer. In 2006, the DMK chief was the first to introduce the tax-free status for Tamil films. However, Karunanidhi was fondest of Murasoli, the official newspaper of the DMK that he referred to as his first child. Launched in 1942 by an 18-year-old Karunanidhi, its earliest editions were in the form of handwritten notices authored by the man himself under the pen name Charan. Until 1944, it was issued as a leaflet, and from 1960, it was published as a daily. He was also an avid poet, a playwright, and authored over 100 books. In 2010, he wrote a song for the World Classical Tamil Conference, the music for which was composed by A.R. Rahman. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
In fact, the DMK patriarch leaves behind a legacy unparalleled in Indian politics. In every aspect of public life in Tamil Nadu, be it politics, public administration, cinema and literature, Karunanidhi's imprint is clearly visible. His multifaceted personality earned him the moniker Kalaignar, which means artist in Tamil. In fact, days before he passed away, his party observed the 50th anniversary of his presidentship of the DMK. Very few politicians can claim to leave behind such a brilliant political legacy. But the question now is, who will take forward his impressive political legacy?
M Karunanidhi's family has been the mainstay of Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam for over 5 decades now. Karunanidhi himself was the leader of his party since 1968. Beginning his political career at the age of 14, Muthuvel Karunanidhi married thrice. His first wife Padmavati passed away at an early age, leaving behind a son, M.K. Muthu. The eldest son of Karunanidhi did not follow his father's footsteps into politics, but instead made a foray into his father's other love, films and acting. Karunanidhi married again in 1948 with Dayalu Ammal, with whom he had 4 children: M.K. Aragiri, M.K. Stalin, M.K. Selvi and M.K. Tamilarasu. Aragiri and Stalin have been active in politics but were at loggerheads with each other for several years until Karunanidhi nominated Stalin as his successor. Stalin went on to become the working president of the DMK, while Aragiri was expelled from the party due to alleged indiscipline and anti-party activities. The Kalaignар got married for the 3rd time in 1960 to Rajati Ammal, with whom he has a daughter, Kanimuri. She too is an active politician and currently a Rajya Sabha MP. Political experts say despite Karunanidhi's best efforts to ensure a smooth family succession to the party's leadership, the sibling rivalry smolders on and could lead to a succession battle in the DMK.
His connect with the people. Whatever he spoke, whatever he wrote, it always connected it. When people read what he wrote, they thought, he is giving the message to each and every cadre felt that Karunanidhi is giving a personal message to me. When he used to speak, people used to go traveling several hours just to hear him speak. He used to speak so well. So those were the things that made him a mass leader. Can you imagine in today's world, somebody traveling 3 hours to hear a leader speak at a rally? We are seeing scenes of people being crowded into trucks and taken to rallies to show the crowd. But those days the scene was very different with Karunanidhi. That was one of the biggest reasons for his success and his sustained success.
Stalin has been functioning as the party's working president for several years now, and in the absence of Karunanidhi has taken all key decisions. He is accessible to the masses and active on the ground. He is fondly known as the Talapati or commander. But political analysts say what's been missing in Stalin's leadership is a clear political strategy, vision and maturity, and a failure to unite the opposition under one umbrella. Besides, he's been unable to step out of his father's towering shadow.
Stalin, yes, he's cut his teeth in the party. I mean, early on, and has grown up from the ranks. So presumably he or anybody else from the family, I think probably would be taking over, I think, the mantle, and that we hope and expect that they do some introspection, overall as to where the Dravidian movement stands, because as of now, people do feel, social scientists and other experts from Tamil Nadu do feel that there is a certain element of stagnation, as far as the Dravidian movement as such is.
While Stalin holds control, whether he is able to retain it or a battle for succession will break out remains to be seen. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And let us now understand how the two dominant parties in Tamil Nadu politics, the DMK and the AIADMK, came into being. We leave you with this report. Thanks for your time.
With the death of Annadurai, relations between MGR and Karunanidhi started turning bitter. AIADMK was founded in 1972 as Anna Dravida Munitra Kadagam by M.G. Ramachandran, a veteran Tamil film star and a popular politician. It was set up as a breakaway faction of the DMK led by M Karunanidhi, the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, owing to serious differences between the two. Later, MGR prefixed the All India tag to the party's name. The political feud between MGR and Karunanidhi emerged as an aftermath of the latter calling himself Mujib of Tamil Nadu. In 1972, MGR called for a boycott of the party's General Council. With the crisis falling into a call for corruption probe by MGR, he was eventually suspended from the General Council, leading to the eventual split. The DMK-led government was dismissed by the Central Promulgation on Corruption charges in 1976. The AIADMK swept to power in 1977, trouncing DMK in the assembly elections. MGR was sworn in as the 7th Chief Minister of the state on 30th June 1977. MGR remained in power until his death in December 1987, winning 3 consecutive assembly elections in 1977, 1980 and 1984. After MGR's death in 1987, the AIADMK split into two, one led by his widow Janki Ramachandran and the other by late Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha. The DMK returned to power third time in 1989 assembly elections and Karunanidhi took over as the Chief Minister in January 1989.